crypto prices plummet ahead of another round of interest rate hikes.
Ongoing crypto crash mirrors how stocks are cratering too.
Crypto obviously right now getting crushed.
Bitcoin is down more than 50% from the high.
So the financial markets are experiencing a complete free fall. What's going on here? Why are assets still dropping so aggressively, and how low can Bitcoin and Ethereum really go? Now, although I don't have a shiny little magic crystal ball to see into the future, we do have some data we can analyze to make the most informed prediction possible so you guys can have a better idea on what moves and what expectations to have in the upcoming months. In this video, we'll be covering exactly why investors right now are exiting the market. We'll be talking about some future price predictions for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and of course, we'll be going over some of the hottest headlines within the crypto markets for right now. Like the usual, if you do appreciate these crypto videos, be sure to like this video down below, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and let's see what's happening in the markets for today. All right, real quick, on a day like this, to kick off the week for the end of September, we are seeing extreme fear still within the market. On top of that, the global crypto market cap is sitting at $922 billion, or a huge 3% decrease over the last day. Scrolling down, if we take a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, even most of the altcoins, we are seeing double-digit losses for the last week, with even Ethereum down about 22% in the last 7 days. Now, let's start off by talking about Ethereum. Just because we had the merge, we haven't really done a reflection video to see what the progression of what happened with this project has been. Now, first of all, it's important to note, over $400 million right now have been liquidated in the crypto markets over the past 24 hours, according to CoinGlass. Right now, it looks like the market's bearish price action is likely linked to the federal government's FOMC meeting set to take place in the next upcoming days. We mentioned this before, but keep in mind for your calendar, if you're an investor, you're a trader, that the next meeting is going to be held September 20th to the 21st, and this is rumored to be the biggest federal rate hike in over 40 years. After the CPI print for August has been shown to be way hotter than expected, the federal government is now pressured to respond even more aggressively. According to the CME FedWatch tool, the probability right now for a 75 basis point hike is about 82%, and the probability for a 100 basis point hike is looking to be at about 18% right now. Just as a little recap from all the interest rate spikes we've seen, we are still currently at between 2.25% to 2.50%, and a 100 point increase would be the Fed's first such action since the 1980s. This is one of the reasons why everything is down and getting slaughtered even more. It looks like the market is taking into account the price action of even more aggressive interest rates. Now, my thoughts on this is that I wouldn't be surprised if a 100 point basis hike is announced, even though it's still under 20% chance. With that being said, it is way more likely though a 0.75% rate hike has already been priced within the markets, and if we do, however, get a full 1% hike, we could expect to see another market crash this week, which I know freaks some people out, but you have to know that anytime we get dips within the market from these type of news, like macroeconomic, you have to realize that anytime we get dips within the market where it's things related to macroeconomic circumstances outside of how the broader crypto market is doing in terms of their build, the success of the merge, projects that are continuing to grow within the space, when we get moments like this, I still see it as a major buying opportunity. To keep it simple, if we get a 100 basis point hike, I could see another market dip happening this week. If we get something between 75, I don't think we're going to see too much volatility. And then say they're a little bit more easier on the economy, and they're like, okay, you know what, instead of 75, 100, let's go for a 50 point hike. I could imagine seeing a bit more of a market recovery too. Now, it seems like interest rates were a bit too low for too long, and right now the government is aggressively trying to control inflation just because we thought things are slowing down. We're maybe at the peak of the inflation, things are looking to be better, but inflation's still going on. It's still rampant, and it's not just getting cut as quick as many people thought. According to Goldman Sachs, we even got the latest CPI report to change their previous forecast and even believe that Bitcoin right now has the potential to drop down to $12,000. This current rate hike path led by Jerome Powell has prompted investors to, quote, rotate out of riskier assets and seek shelter in safer alternatives like just holding cash. So if you're asking yourself, why are the markets continuing to go down even more? I mean, it depends on who you want to blame within the market, but it is because we are getting even more interest rate hikes still happening, and more people just want to move their money out of crypto, out of stocks, because if they think it's going to go down even more, they're going to want to hold on to it, realize those losses, have more cash on hand until things get better in the future. Now, while that seems like a majority of what the market is doing, you have to keep in mind that may not be the best decision. I know I'm not following that, just because even through times of turbulence, you need to focus on what's in your control and remember that within every bear market, in every single recession, and every war that we've had, everything eventually comes to an end. Some more realistic tips for any investors, or, if y'all are just trying to get through these tough times, make sure that you find ways to increase your income. Have a stricter budget in place. Don't be spending more money than you're making, especially with fourth quarter coming up. A lot of people like to do holiday spending. Please, if you have any type of debt, focus on eliminating that before the increase of interest rates continue to make your debt even more expensive. If you're a bit more past that, you have things under control, maybe you got automatic payments set up for student loans, or, you don't really have credit card debt, you know how to leverage credit cards the right way, you got the points and everything. I would say if you're in a situation where you're trying to increase your wealth, I've made a ton of videos, even through this recession so far, on what you can do step by step on getting that bag up. I'll have that video shown on the screen right now, 2 recession videos that have changed my life, things that you guys can learn from that. There are a lot of principles that you can apply from that, even starting with just mindset. But what I'm going to focus on even throughout this year is just making every valuable video as informationally packed as possible, if that is a word, just so you guys have the best chances of being able to come out of this recession even more wealthy, or just having a life-changing money come into you. It really is that simple. And even within the year of 2022, we have so many devices and ways to get marketing out and ways to learn all these high value skills that you wouldn't have access to many, many years ago. I hope through these times that you can really find the hunger and that you're able to build the foundation on your own financial success. If you're an investor, make sure that you are still continuing to dollar cost average into the markets. If you have a set aside budget for that and you still have income flowing in, diversify your portfolio. Try to stay away from some of the more riskier investments, but know that if you're able to be consistent and just accumulate long term, that you will still come out winning. With all the FUD happening around the world, even like with our last video, just talking about the whole incident, and it seems like crime is going up, there are still a good majority of people, I know people in my life right now, that are making record-breaking years through this recession. If you had asked me like a few years back, yo, Brian, what do you think about this recession? Like, how are you going to handle it? I would have been like, yo, everyone's going to lose money. It's going to be a terrible time. Like, just play it safe. But you got to realize, like, the wealthy people are still getting even more wealthy during these times. And that is because they have the mindset to hold through and to waver through all these tough, challenging moments that weed everyone else out. I can't stress it enough, but this is the time to be building the side hustle, learning a valuable skill, expanding your business. And with YouTube and all of these resources, creators, you have everything it takes in order to bring your bag up and to change your life. Yeah, I want to see a lot of y'all win. That's why I get so passionate about these type of videos. That's why I love making, especially the topic of just trying to help other people. These things, I don't know, I feel the fire coming up for me. I just love it, okay? And I really want to see you guys doing well, and know that while things go down within the market, if you can't handle it, don't even look at it. Just uninstall the app, okay? Maybe set up like a reoccurring automatic dollar cost averaging system within a certain exchange. But for the most part, I wouldn't be selling right here when it looks like we could be near the bottom, or the bottom if it's a month away. I still wouldn't even sell at this point. I'm continuing to hold, I'm continuing to accumulate, and unless you need the money tomorrow for rent or for more urgent expenses, it's one of those things where you treat it like a retirement fund. It goes up, it goes down, but long term, you're gonna win. Now, real quick, let's talk about Ethereum, because we had the merge, we haven't really had an update since after that, and it looks like the price action wasn't too exciting. If you guys are subscribed to this channel, y'all would have got like all the alpha. Can we still say that out here? Just because many of my last videos just talking about how the Ethereum merge is not going to be too eventful. We talked about the volatility. We talked about how it could go up a little bit in price, but overall, like, we've seen so many instances of buying the rumor, selling the news. And with the current economy and the overall crypto market behaving the way it is, it was so unlikely for us to see Ethereum to, come out the way it was supposed to. I think long-term, it is going to be a very successful project. I think long-term, it is going to continue to be one of the most best investments for me personally to make even during this time. With all that being said, right now, Ethereum not doing too well, down over 20%. Well, we did get some good news because a report from the Crypto Carbon Ratings Institute had said that the network has now cut its energy usage and carbon footprint by not 50, 60, 70, 80%. This is like the hand sanitizers that you carry in your bag. It is reported to have cut it by 99.99%. This report here basically shows Ethereum's overall electricity draw, which now tallies just 2,600 megawatt hours per year compared to the 23 million megawatt hours before the merge. Now, while Ethereum right now has shed the vast majority of its environmental impact, many former Ethereum miners, and these are like people with huge computers that were making good money from this project and the way that they were structured, they are now looking to move their cryptocurrency into other networks. And this is one of the other reasons why Ethereum is continuing to take a dip. We're seeing a lot of these miners moving over into Ethereum Classic. We're seeing them move into Ravencoin. We're seeing them move over into ERG, which have now been seeing a huge hash rate spike since the following merge. Now, on top of that, we did get a bit more bad news because ETH POW, or the proof of work Ethereum blockchain, went ahead. It went live. It had the transition over from proof of stake over to proof of work. But now the Ethereum proof of work has now already experienced a bridge exploit that resulted in 200 ETH that were wrapped being confiscated by a hacker. Now, if we take a look at some price action with ETHW, whichever way you guys want to say it, let me know down below in the comments like how you guys are pronouncing this right now, because we got ETH POW. Some people are saying ETH poo. I don't know where that one actually came from, but I'm gonna say ETH proof of work. I don't even know what I said. ETHW. All right, on this channel, I'm gonna call it ETHW. We're seeing a huge dip within the market, and that's because there was a bit of a hack. 200 ETHW tokens did get confiscated by a hacker. I mean, right now, it's $6, so it's not a huge amount, but it's just showing that even right now, we are still getting some attacks on the network, and people are seeing this as an opportunity to come in and get a little bit of money illegally, not valid ways. Maybe valid's not even the word. I would say non-ethical ways. Yeah. I mean, today they are though, however, up about 14%, but in the last week they did have a pretty strong sell-off, but they did have an all-time high of about $60 on the 15th. Now, with all that being said, right now Ethereum is still down about 72% from its all-time high of about $4,900. But with a successful merge, I believe it's only a matter of time before Ethereum is able to make a comeback within the market. I personally think the Ethereum merge really just flopped just because the markets are still so bearish. But if the merge had happened during the bull market cycle, my goodness, I do think that Ethereum would have doubled or tripled. It would have just had an exponential growth spurt, because even during the previous bull run, any little news we got, whether it was Dogecoin possibly getting added to Chipotle, even very little things, they would drive the market up. When everything's going up, little catalysts that shouldn't would drive it crazy up. So I think even if the merge came out at a better time, we could have seen some better price action for Ethereum. But it's just tough for a lot of these crypto projects to move the way they should when the entire sentiment and even interest rates are still up in the air. One last thing I wanted to mention was Kwon. He's actually back in the news because there's a bit of a little issue come up. So his issue is that there's now an arrest warrant that came out about last week. Kwon also came out with a message saying, he's not on the run. He's out here. He's going to be complying. But finally, it looks like justice is catching up because a lot of people had lost money from Terra Luna. This man just seemed like, he did nothing wrong at all. He's been living his life. I'm sure it's been very hard for him. I can't imagine being like Kwon out here in this situation with all the people that lost their money. It'll be a stressful time. That's the best I could say. I think I'd be stressed out. Now, the last time we saw Kwon, he was looking a bit like a chunky monkey. And right now we are seeing that the South Korean prosecutors and government are trying to bring forth more movement with this entire case. Now, last but not least, I think this headline's pretty interesting, but following the merge, Dogecoin has now officially become the second largest proof of work crypto by market cap. So first place, we still have Bitcoin, of course, with about a $370 billion market cap. Doge is coming right now at about $7.8 billion, and Ethereum Classic is in third place with about $4.6 billion. billion. With this happening, it looks like people from the Doge community are right now claiming that the project still has a lot of major utility potential, and they're proud that Dogecoin has now become the second largest proof of work crypto. And with that, maybe a little bit more price action. I know the Dogecoin community was really ramped up during the bull market, but I think even right now, amidst these bearish times, the Doge is, I don't think even the Doge can come above the market turbulence. So that is going to be today's crypto video and pretty much everything you need to know as of now. If you guys did enjoy this episode, don't forget to drop a like down below, subscribe, that helps us out. And we always do a little secret word at the end of these videos. This helps the algorithm. This helps me to see who the real ones are. If I click on someone's profile picture, I can see how many times they comment. It means a lot just seeing like the loyal fans out here day in, day out, continuing to support the channel. Let's go on one of our last crypto videos. This was posted about a week ago. Yeah, this is cool. All right, top comment, subscribe. Great if you can continue to provide daily market updates. Keep it up. All right, secret word's gonna be WPK. Comment that down below if you guys made it all the way till the end. Like the usual, don't forget to check out the links down below in the description. We got some links for Binance if you guys are looking for an exchange. And with my personal links, they did reach out to me. They gave me the best possible offer that you guys can have. This is gonna be like transactions on trading fees, or it's also gonna be a sign up bonus that you can get by hitting the link down below in the description. So be sure to check that out down below. I recently picked up the new iPhone, and I don't know, the topic of like cell phone contracts have been coming up. It's not sponsored by Mint, but if you guys are OG people within my channel, you'll know that I've been using Mint for like years and years and years. They're owned by Ryan Reynolds, and it's because I came from Sprint. It was the most dog water booty hole company ever. I had no service anytime. Their customer support was terrible. I switched over to Mint a few years ago, and at least within my area, the coverage has always been great. It's like $30 a month for full unlimited data. So, you know, I know a lot of people are upgrading their iPhone and they're looking for a new carrier to switch over with. Check out the link down below in the description for Mint Mobile. It's a little referral code. I have been using them for a very long time. I use them on multiple devices. It has been great. My whole family now even uses them because of me too. And I just think it's a great service. I wouldn't promote something if I wasn't really passionate about it like that. So check out the link down below in the description. I think it could save you guys money if you guys are trying to cut some cell phone costs even during this recession as well. That's pretty much going to be it. Tomorrow, guys, I'm flying out to Palm Springs, California. I'm going to be checking out the YouTube Creator Summit. It's like an invitation only thing. I'm super excited. We're going to be learning a lot of stuff there, and hopefully, you know, I got some more tea to share with you guys and just cool little tips. All right, that's about it. I'm gonna go eat. See you later. Peace out.